We are Scotland, a declaration of sovereignty. Long before the modern independence campaign gained traction, the phrase, "We are Scotland," began to circulate, quietly carrying with it a profound and timeless truth. For those who understand its original intent, it holds immense legacy and significance. It is more than a slogan. It is a declaration of sovereignty, rooted in the understanding that Scotland exists because of its people. Without us, there is no Scotland. In the early stages of the independence movement, phrases like, "We are sovereign," or "We the people," were used to emphasize the inherent power of the Scottish people. While these phrases carried weight, they didn't fully capture the deeper truth. "We are Scotland" is different. It directly asserts our sovereignty, not as a concept tied to land or government, but as an undeniable fact tied to the collective will of the people. This distinction is crucial, yet often misunderstood. For those who only see sovereignty as something external, dependent on land, politics, or systems, the true meaning of "We are Scotland" may not be immediately clear. But for those with a deeper understanding, particularly those influenced by Celtic Christian philosophy, the essence of this phrase can be articulated simply. I am a child of God, the earth is my mother, and Scotland is my church. This statement reflects a spiritual truth about sovereignty. It places identity and belonging not in physical boundaries or institutions, but in the relationship between the self, the divine, and the community. To explain this in a modern context, our sovereignty is not tied to the land itself. It is inherent in the collective will of the Scottish people. One nation, one voice, one future. The People's Assembly motto, "One nation, one voice, one future," was designed to reflect this understanding of sovereignty. It recognizes that sovereignty exists both on an individual level, as the soul's natural state, and on a collective level, as the unified will of a sovereign nation. It is a reminder that our strength lies in our ability to stand together, unified in purpose, while honoring the uniqueness of every individual. This motto underscores the legacy of "We are Scotland" as a declaration of who we are. One nation, a nation defined not by imposed borders but by the people, who share its vision and identity. One voice, a collective will that transcends division and speaks with the authority of a sovereign people. One future, a future determined by our own decisions, shaped by our shared aspirations and values. Past, present, future, the sovereign will. To say, "We are Scotland," is to declare sovereignty across time. It is not just about the present. It honors the past and commits to the future. It acknowledges the sacrifices and triumphs of those who came before, the collective struggles of today, and the dreams of tomorrow. Sovereignty is not something we wait to be granted. It is not held hostage by external forces. It is inherent in who we are as a people. This understanding liberates us from the constructs designed to keep us subservient, whether those constructs are political, cultural, or economic. Until this truth is fully embraced, we remain slaves to systems not of our own making. But when we assert, "We are Scotland," we break free. We reclaim our power, not from a government or an external authority, but from the limitations of our own understanding. The call to action. This is the challenge of our time. To live up to the declaration of "We are Scotland," to recognize our sovereignty as individuals and as a collective, to reject division, fear, and the narratives of dependence that weaken us, to instead stand united, with one voice, for one future. Sovereignty is not a gift. It is not a right to be won. It is an inherent truth, an unshakable fact that exists as long as the will of the people exists. And so, we must act, not as subjects of a system, but as creators of our own destiny. "We are Scotland" is more than a phrase. It is who we are, past, present, and future. This is what it means to be sovereign.